Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2021 PDAC and the introduction to Tier 1 Silver. With me today is Peter Dembicki, the President and CEO, as well as Michael Henrichsen, our Chief Geologist. Tier 1 Silver is a silver-focused exploration company exploring in Peru, South America, going after the world's largest, untested, high-grade silver discovery globally that we're aware of. And we have an exciting story to share with you today in our presentation. A lot of our comments are going to be forward-looking, and they're going to be very optimistic because we think we are on the forefront of one of the world's biggest silver discoveries. Just a bit of history and who we are as a group. If you haven't heard of us, we were formed in 2005. We created a company called Keegan Resources to go find 5 million ounces of gold or more, which we successfully did in Ghana, West Africa. The share price went from 49 cents to $9 per share during that discovery, giving investors an incredible about 20x return on their investment. Subsequent to that, we went out and we wanted to repeat that effort. We did this in the middle of the bear market with the potential discovery of Keegan Resources' El Barqueño project. After 100 drill holes on the path towards a considerable discovery, we sold the company for $205 million to Agnico Eagle, who doubled in share price 12 months to 14 months after that transaction took place. We took all of those fundamental learnings of what it was necessary to make these world-class discoveries and very appealing shareholder returns, and we've improved considerably over time since we've created those companies and are at the forefront of doing something much bigger and much greater for Tier 1 Silver. Just a bit of history on how Tier 1 was formed. There was a company, a predecessor by the name of Oren Resources. It was trading on the TSX and NYSE Amex for the past 5 years up until October of 2020. We set out to go find the world's largest discoveries. You'll hear in a moment about our technical team. We armed ourselves with former global experts from Newmont and some of the major mining companies around the world. We raised well over $100 million in an effort to go make these discoveries. And we came up with 3 different flagship opportunities in gold, copper, and silver. And so Tier 1 Silver is a spin out of Oren Resources. The company has grown considerably since October 9th when we did the spin out. And today you'll hear about what we're up to and the exciting opportunities in front of it. I'm not going to belabor the management slide. The biggest addition to our management team is our CEO, Peter Dembicki. He comes from the investment industry. He was with Canaccord Genuity for a decade. He was at the top of his career when we enticed him to come over and work with us. We have no shortage of technical ability. Myself and Sean, the 2 co-founders and co-chairmen, we've been in this business for over 20 years and we've had experiences in all facets of corporate development, but we really wanted to enhance our ability to perform as an investment and to access more capital and more shareholders. Peter comes to us with an integral, really respectable background at the top of his game, and he can also deliver a huge amount of positivity towards the shareholder performance going forward, and is going to be like-minded on the business strategies we have going forward with the company. The multidisciplinary technical team that we've financed and worked with over the past 5-6 years has gotten better. Michael Henrichsen with us today is the Chief Geologist. He's our entrepreneurial geologist that's helped design the pipelines of world-class opportunities that we've been undertaking our exploration programs on. And he's also assembled a lot of the technical personnel that we're working with. Dave Smithson, who was Mike's partner when we first met Dave, has been on the ground on all of our projects and has been remarkably integral in the development of Curibaya Silver as a major precious metal swing down in Peru. And you'll hear a lot from Dave going forward. Christian Rios, we wouldn't go to Peru without having proper representation. Formerly worked with Bear Creek Mining, has not only been part of world-class discoveries in Peru, but has also been there for the social development and achieving of permits in record times, as we got our Curibaya permits during COVID, during the challenges that we saw last year in Peru. Our team has various world experts. They all have different technical backgrounds, predominantly come from Newmont and some other majors such as BHP that are well known around the world. These gentlemen and ladies, they work as a team and they work together to give us the opportunity not only to go for much larger deposits, but to raise the capital and take much better technical swings at world-class discoveries.
Thanks, Ivan. Our technical team really is considered to be the heart of our team. Michael Henrichsen, coming from Newmont, his extensive background in leading the team to successful exits with Dave Smithson and Christian Rios on the ground in Peru, It really has given us an extreme amount of confidence in our team as a whole. So why Peru? Peru, as we know, is one of the largest producers of silver, copper, and gold in the world. It is such a mineral-rich country, but still remains vastly unexplored. Tier 1's theme is to continue to explore in permit-friendly jurisdictions within Peru. And I'll pass it over to Michael.
Thanks, Peter. Let me introduce Curibaya. Curibaya is situated in the southern Peru porphyry belt, one of the world-class belts in the entire world. And what we see here is we actually see a precious metal epithermal system, so a little bit different. We have 11,000 hectares with multiple targets across it. And this project came together over time. We first staked the ground at Curibaya when Anglo shedded that ground during the downturn. And we did some regional stream sediment work to really see where we thought the heart of the mineralized system would be. And we kind of kept getting dragged off just to the side of what we had staked. The ground that we acquired to consolidate the project was held by Teck and an Australian junior. And after considerable effort, we were managed to put the whole thing together. Now, one of the things that's amazing about Curibaya, in that it is a precious metal system, is that we age dated the alteration and mineralization there. And lo and behold, it's of the exact same age as Tokapala and Quellaveco. So we know we're in that world-class metallogenic system that has the ability to produce a really major discovery moving forward. Looking at a little bit of the infrastructure, Curibaya is located about an hour and a half drive from the regional capital, Tacna. We've got paved roads, we've got ports nearby, power nearby. So we're very well situated in the event that we make a discovery that, this can be built, this can be mined. And the question is, okay, when you talk about a precious metal system, what's the major driver? What got everybody excited on our side? It all starts with the alteration system that's 20 square kilometers and the precious metal endowment in there. The metal budget is incredible. We're going to look at on the table here everything that we sampled above 500 grams silver, and the top assay is 298 kilos. Obviously, it's an incredible metal endowment. Go to gold, everything above 2 grams on the table, nearly up to a kilo. So we had this big alteration system. We're in that world-class belt, and we've got this really incredible metal budget. So what's the target? What are we going to be after? So if you look at the slide here in front of us now, you can see 3 principal vein corridors kind of trending north-south, right? And you can also see these geophysical anomalies, chargeability anomaly and a magnetics anomaly that we'll address here in the next subsequent slides that are really a driver to this whole targeting concept that we're going to be going after. So again, 3 principal vein corridors, really high-grade silver, right on top of geophysics anomalies. Now you look at gold, similar situation. All right. So now what we have to do is we have to take a look at the raw geophysics. So without me waxing poetic, you can just see the data itself. And what do we have? You can see the alteration system on surface. You can see all those high-grade veins. And then right beneath it is a big chargeability anomaly, which indicates sulfides. Sulfides is where the precious metals are going to be tied to. So we feel that we have a big system here. It's a 2 kilometer by 1 kilometer chargeability anomaly with this internal core at 50 millivolts, which is like really the heart that we want to go after. Right underneath that, or even touching that chargeability anomaly, is a magnetics anomaly. And we've interpreted this to be the intrusion that's driving this whole large-scale alteration system and pushing this precious metal budget up into the surface. So that leads us to the targeting model. What we have sampled to date is the top 150 meters of stratigraphy. Right? So we're in the volcanics. These volcanics are quite soft. They don't break apart very well. So we've seen a lot of these smaller veins, with all these high grades. And the question is, can we get enough of them together to get an economic situation on surface? And the answer we feel is yes. We've seen a number of these veins coalesce in good structures, and we feel that we can get those, high grades that we've shown you in that previous table. Now that's one of the targets. Now, as you go downward in the stratigraphy, you get into the Labra Formation. And this is a sediment rock that just breaks apart. It's hard rock, and you can kind of focus all of your fluid flow and your veining into a single channel, which is kind of what you see with those dark red lines. Now that to me is a place of breccias and high grade veins that can concentrate together. And we see that from 150 to 550 vertical meters. Now you can see all of that leads into the heart of the chargeability anomaly, this 50 millivolt zone. And obviously this is tied right to the magnetics anomaly. And we say to ourselves, okay, well, what is this? I mean, this could be a disseminated precious metal system. It could be the edge of the porphyry. It's kind of one of those dreams for a technical geo where, you know, we always read in the textbooks, epithermals on top of porphyries. And then, you know, how often does it really happen? Not very often, but the data is strongly suggesting that that's a possibility. And so really the message that I want to give to every investor is that we've got multiple targets over a kilometer of stratigraphy. And when we go drilling, we're actually going to be able to go through multiple target areas on the way down. So it's extremely exciting. Every single drill hole's got multiple shots, which obviously gives our technical group a lot of buoyancy as we look forward to the drill program. Moving on to Emilia. This is a second project that we acquired on the coast, just to the north of Curibaya. We're 7 kilometers off the Pan American Highway, high tension power lines. So again, from an infrastructure standpoint, it's incredible. We're in the Cretaceous coastal belt where you have the Tia Maria deposits, Tex Safranel deposit, and Minsur's Mina Justa deposit. So obviously world-class deposits sitting there. You know, we're obviously in the right zone. Now, early days for us at Emilia right now, but what we see is a window through a bunch of overlying cover. And in that window where we can see the mineralization, we see high-grade breccias, we see multi-phase mineralization, different textures ranging from epithermal into porphyry, even that classic IOCG style alteration. And we've got it over about 1.5 kilometers that you can see on this page. What sort of really tweaks our interest as well is what's underneath the cover. And obviously we're going to be daylighting that opportunity as we move forward in the coming months. So stay tuned, but it's an excellent project with a lot of potential. And as we get to work on it, you'll start seeing us daylight the opportunity moving forward. Thinking a little bit longer term, we're going to move north of Lima on that same coastal belt because we really feel that in Peru, it's extremely underexplored. We like being down on the coast. It hasn't received as much attention as higher up in the Andes. And we know it still has those world-class deposits. So what did we do? We said, well, nobody's explored to the north of Lima. Let's do a stream sediment survey. Let's cover 11,000 square kilometers and see what happens. And so we staked 5 principal blocks for 41,000 hectares. We've got strong silver anomalies, we've got strong gold anomalies, and we've got strong copper anomalies. And what you'll see from us here again over the coming months is daylighting the opportunities, surface results, as we start to focus in on which one of these is going to provide the best opportunity for our shareholders moving forward.
Thanks, Michael. So here we have the discovery phase of the investment curve. Obviously, our flagship project, Curibaya, we have drill permits in hand. So all of our focus and attention is going to be on that to start, while we continue to work on Emilia and Coastal Batholith in the background over the next several months.
Our biggest strength is, as we're all aware, is our shareholders. They give us the ability to go out there and finance these amazing world-class exploration swings. They also have a massive implementation on our share price performance, something we're very militant about of who owns us. In terms of the quality of investors, you know, management plus close associates and Newmont, the world's largest gold company, make up just over 50% of our share structure, over 125 million shares. You know, I'm not going to belabor some of the investors' names because unfortunately that won't guarantee us success with the drill bit. However, it will guarantee the fact that we are well capitalized. These are the kind of investors that we would thrive to try and achieve in the event that we do make these discoveries that going forward. So it's a great testament to the quality of our team and the opportunities in front of us. You know, as far as our retail investor base, it's predominantly made up of investors that have followed us from our Keegan days. So they've been through some of our successes. And I'd like to say just to all those existing shareholders that this is one of the most compelling or the most compelling precious metal opportunity I have seen in the 22 years I've been in this business. Our treasury is at $14.7 million today. We are adequately funded to drill at least 2 of the projects that we've shown you in this presentation. We're not done yet. These are still early days. There's a lot more exciting stuff to come out of our company, but as of right now, well capitalized with some of the best shareholders in the business. Looking forward to drilling with that treasury. Peter, was there anything else you'd like to add to that?
I was just going to add that you mentioned about the treasury. We recently completed a non-brokered private placement for a little over $13 million. We had significant interest, and for those of you that weren't able to take part or didn't get what you wanted out of the financing, we're looking forward to having you join us once we get traded, and we couldn't be more excited to get going. So what's to come for Tier 1 Silver over the next several months? As we previously mentioned, we recently closed our financing for a little over $13 million. We're excited to get drilling at Curubaya and continue to work on our other portfolio projects.
I've been in this business for over 20 years, started as a gold bug, looking for some of the world's largest gold discoveries. Silver is something I've dreamt about, early from the minute I stepped foot in the business, because it's the #1 performing commodity on the planet when you make a discovery. And the fact that we've been able to align ourselves not only with what we'd argue is one of the best undrilled silver exploration opportunities globally, but we're perfectly coinciding with the most robust silver market performance that we think we'll see in our lifetime. So it couldn't be better. Can't wait to start drilling in the next few months.
I come from the finance background. I come from Canaccord, where I looked at investment ideas on a daily basis. And when I had the opportunity to join this team, I could really number off a few main points. One, leadership. You have a team that's done it time and time again in good markets and bad. We have a technical team that is the heart of our company, that is such high caliber, our corporate infrastructure, and of course, the potential of our assets themselves. Really provides some excitement, and it really shows that we're ready to tackle the next phase.
Thank you very much for listening to our presentation. We look forward to seeing all of you as shareholders in the near future when we go and take on this amazing exploration opportunities.